kilo for a pillow. I use a kilo for a pillow. Sweet dreams. Talk to me, talk to me. How much you lifting? Those are 25s. I'm gonna do like a 25 down right now while I talk to y'all. He said look like the devil. I don't know. It's God sent right here. How many times a day? One time.
Hey,
What's up?
what's up?
How you doing?
You good? How you doing?
I'm good. Doing a little workout. What's up?
Let's go. How was the pool?
I ain't getting there. You check it out.
I'm gonna check it out. Got the place to yourself, right?
Yeah.
That's what everybody wants. Early.
How do you know what food is nutritional? I used to compete, so I really studied what food works for me. And you know what trash is. If it tastes too good, it's most likely trash. So that's a good indication of how you get tempo what your food is. What's the max you will put on your arms? Depends on how I feel. Sometimes I go heavy, extremely heavy. Sometimes I do moderate. It's all about how many days you rest. Usually, I do 2, but sometimes, I go with feeling sometimes as well. Like, if I feel it and my body don't feel like I really pushed it that week, I could go for a 6. But I try to give myself at least a day. Try to do at least a day and a half. Does GMO affects? I mean, I've seen people who haven't used GMO, and I've seen people who used it. I've seen people get gains with just eating bullshit like tuna and Doritos. It really depends on your genetics and how much work you're putting in. Can you do a set of all Mac reps? I can. I don't know if anybody want to watch that. Pain, we missed you. What's good? What is the... What's your thoughts on the legend conversation? I'm always feel like I'm a legend. Anybody who does what they do continuously, I mean, for the ones who's done it since I've been doing it, a lot of them not around anymore, let alone still do it. I've been a legend. I've been doing this since I was 18. Let's go. This is my sister. Consider yourself one. And what makes you a legend is being consistent about what you've been doing. I've loved fitness since I was a kid. I played basketball. I was always athletic. Being consistent. And who did you make? I don't want to go down the list, but I've made a lot of people. Inspired a lot of people to continue this growth and pushing themselves in the fitness lane. So I'm always going to consider myself a legend. Pencil pen. What's good, man? Every time you push up, it always feels like you're about to break. Continuously just working on it, do negatives. Hold your body up and then slowly going down into the push-up. As you build up your strength, you'll be able to get repetition as you do it. So continue doing that. What's the best way to mix calisthenics and weights? Is it necessary to do vertical or horizontal pull-ups and dips, bench press, lay down? Depends on what you want your body to look like. So just remember that you are canvas. You can continually shape it however you like. I do weights and I do calisthenics only because I like both. Like, why limit yourself to one? You can do both. And most of the guys that you really love are doing both. Don't get it messed up. They can tell you whatever they want, but it's a certain shape that you get with both, all right? Can you do a set of all max reps? All right, I think I already answered that. What is your body count? Y'all niggas is crazy. Hello from France, mate. Yeah. No, this is YouTube. Today's body split every day, or how's the split with your calisthenics training? Today, I've got a hotel gym, so I'm gonna probably do some squatting right here, and then I'm gonna do some push-ups and keep it close, nothing too hectic, What's your favorite inner chest exercise? Push-ups. How can I increase pull-up reps in one set? Isometric holds at the top will help. By learning how to endure negatives in the midst of doing a pull-up, you'll be able to control yourself and keep it a little bit more tighter. And you'll be able to build up more repetition. How's your program burpees in your workout? I don't do burpees really like that. I lose so much weight when I start to do burpees. Can you speak bar dips? Bar dips? I mean, you can do bar dips. Yo, shout out to the one that sent $10, yo. Pencil pen, I think that was. Appreciate you. How do you do burpees? All right. See y'all later. Yeah, so if your goal is to get lean, that's great. Burpees don't really do anything for me outside of like stamina. Say if I don't want to do like treadmill work or like stair work, I'll do some burpees. Watching from Iceland. What's going on, Iceland? I appreciate you watching. Thank y'all for watching. What's good? Make sure y'all show some love. Let's go. What supplement do you take? As of now, I don't take any kind of supplements, but when I'm normally on is men's one a day, which is really good for you, especially if you're pushing those 5, 6, 7 days a week. You're going to definitely see the benefits in building on having a little bit more vitamins in your system. It definitely helps. I'm telling you, that men's one a day is game changer. And fish oil, especially on your joints, you're continuously compressing your arms and really pushing back on it. Thank you. Always looking forward to your content. Pencil pen, what's up, man? I appreciate you. How many push-ups do you aim for in a day? I don't have a number. I used to have it where it used to be 500. Then it started to become boring. So I mixed it up a little bit now. So I do things that's going to challenge me a little bit more. But I'm thinking about turning that back up on. So I have people actually, we'll start doing it as a team. Team Supreme, let's get it. And y'all come through and get money with me. Try to go back to that 500 in a day, just as a warm-up and a good way to just keep that stimulation in that chest. Can you talk to us through muscle up progressions? You can. Muscle up progressions is basically just getting used to swinging. I tell people get the strength of doing pull-ups and dips, and then you'll be able to start to do muscle-ups. We just got to get that momentum going. Can you achieve Olympia with only testosterone? Depends on your body type, depends on what you do. I'm not really big on what supplements to take. I just normally know what works for me as far as the natural stuff. That other steroids and all the other stuff, you have to talk to somebody else about that. I don't know nothing about that. What is the easiest way to learn how to do a pull-up? The easiest way to learn how to do a pull-up is basically getting under the bar or get the assisted pull-up, which a lot of people say that they hate. That's one of the best ways of getting used to your own body weight and as you progress. Or if you don't have a assisted pull-up machine, you use a resistant band, and as you get used to your weight, you'll go from the heaviest band to the lightest band, and you'll continue to see progress in that. Just do it continuously, you'll start to see progress. Kettlebell exercise for core. You can, that's an option. I don't do it, but to each his own. Continue to do what you do, but just be consistent. That's where you find the best growth. Do you mess with rings? Not really, but if I get a chance and I find them, I'll try it out. Not really a fan of it, but I start to learn that if I don't really like it, I should go through it. Caffeine, if you're extremely tired, if I was to use it, I would use it only if I'm extremely tired. But as a daily day and I got enough sleep, I try my best not to take any. I don't want my body needing or craving a supplement. So caffeine is one of those things where people feel like they have to have it even when they're not tired. And I'm not one of those guys. I want to make sure that, I get it done, and I make sure that I let my body work for me and get enough sleep and eat. It'll be doing. Who is your favorite bodybuilder of all time? Mine are Sergey Nubret and Arnold. My favorite bodybuilder of all times. I mean, if we gonna really mention it, we gotta go with Ronnie. Ronnie, best back in the game. Like, disrespectfully, like, I feel like the game ain't really. I mean, everybody know that he the best, but I think his physique was. And I did like Sergio, but I mean, there's so many. I gotta really sit down and really think about it. I don't really know exactly, but I'm definitely putting Ronnie at the top. Flex Wheeler, best physique I ever seen. What's the other guy name? It's a couple other guys that I like, and just physique-wise and in consistency. And the biggest thing I like about Ronnie is his pain endurance, because people don't talk about that. It's to watch somebody who really loves what they do, and no matter how much pain they go through, they still continuously push their body to the limits, even if it breaks, and they still keep going. That's a different type of mentality that most people won't ever have, because his goal is bigger than his pain tolerance. So just to understand that, you're in a different space. I hate how these questions keep dropping. I can't see it. I hate the fact that they even put. I mean, Jay Cutler is a legend in himself, but I don't even feel like he could stand next to Ronnie. I mean, in my opinion, only my opinion. I think he's a great athlete, but they just gave him one. Ronnie was king for a long time. That man put in some pain. What's my favorite poor city? I mean, I wouldn't say I'm a nice guy either, because some people get me ticked off on here sometimes too, man. You got to make sure that, you balance. Because I ain't just nice to everybody, because some people start to think that you owe them something. You got to make sure you stand firm in who you are. Some of these people feel like that you, just because you on here or you on social media, that you're demanded to do something for them. No, I am not that person. Respect comes with respect. You show me respect, I show you respect. You do some weird shit or you try to be weird, I'm blocking you right off rip. I'm not your friend. Be cool, I'm cool. That's how we rolling. Keep it easy. It ain't that hard. Yo, Supreme, I lost 25 pounds following your beginner calisthenics training in 1 month with diet and change. Let's go. If that was the goal, let's keep it going. Just be consistent. Love that, man. Love that for you, bro. Let's get it. What's your take on meat and fish? Continue to eat it. Just try to eat quality, meat and fish. You go with the cheap shit, you're gonna get cheap gains. I feel like, your diet is real intense when you know what you're putting in your body. Jay Cutler is just a leg god. I don't know. Ronnie has some legs on him as well. But, depends on what you're doing. Did I cut my hair? No, this is a dread cap. I keep it in here so when I'm working out, it don't slap me in my face too much. So that's the reason why I wear these. Most people who wear locks usually have one of these on. They don't probably walk around with it. I sometimes do, however I feel. You smoke and run 4 miles in 50 minutes, but I do have a question. What's your take on fish? Yeah. All right, do your thing. Do isometric build strength or endurance? I think it's a little bit of both. Isometrics is a really strong suit in building a strong physique, isometrics helps you to engage that body. It's almost like posing for bodybuilding. It's really endurance, learning how to hold and engage those muscles, because a lot of times people do movements and they're not really engaging. A lot of times in building a shape in a great form is to really learn how to hold. So while I'm weight training, or if I'm doing calisthenics, I sometimes in the midst hold it halfway just to get that muscle to be filled with blood, and that's when you get the best build, in my opinion. You keep losing weight. I'm trying to bulk, bro. Any advice? We eat consistently and don't eat no bullshit. Eat something with some substance in it and continuously do that every 2 to 3 hours. Now I know that might be tough, and make sure you have a lot of fats. It helps to put that weight on your body, and fats helps with the mind as well, the brain. So make sure you do that. Continue to eat with fats. You can either do avocado or peanut butter. I do sell meal plans, so hit me up on Akeem Supreme. I do make meal plans, and I make them custom for you. So make sure that you go check it out. This is a war in my country, and sometimes I feel like exercising does not matter because I just might die in a split of second. How do you keep track? I'm sorry to hear that, man, but fitness is not only just for something as far as my looks. I don't care about how I look sometimes. In the midst of me doing this, it's for my brain so I could function better. I'm a better person when I'm training than when I'm not training. And then we all get off track sometimes, so don't feel bad to get off track, but the mental game of knowing and pushing myself to those limits, my mind open up more. Anybody who go through anything understands that you need to make sure you have a disciplined mind in anything you do. So if you do die, I'm gonna go out strong. So now my mentality is not just to do it just to look good. It's to make sure that my mind is right. I wake up every morning excited. I'm feeling good, feeling great, only because my mental is strong, because I mentally put myself in spaces of uncomfort, and then I can go through anything. I feel like I could do anything. My mind allows me to think that way because I push myself in my fitness realm, so it transfers over into everything else. So that's the reason why I train. I don't train for looks all the time, because my weight goes up and down as well. I work a lot, I train a lot, I do things often, I'm trying different things, I'm trying fitness ways, I'm trying different things as far as branding and making my own fitness line and things like that. So in the midst of me doing that, I gotta remember to take care of me, and that's mentally putting a calisthenic workout in or a weight training session in, and just making sure that I put myself to those limits, so now my body continuously pushes my mental up to, all right, what can I do more? How can I make myself a little bit better? And then usually that's the thing that clicks together for me, and my mood is so much better. So one day at a time. Are you still doing shows? As of right now, I don't know. It's still in the air. I'm really just focusing on like my family, because I just had a baby girl. That's more important. And, these are the times where, she does the most growth. So I want to focus on that, at least for this year. Maybe try to top of the next year, try to get a little bit in. And I'll show y'all some of the progression, because I've showed y'all in the past and y'all ain't really up on it. Because I know bodybuilding is a little boring. Everybody doing the same movements, but calisthenics could come to the same thing. So that's why I'm gonna try to show a mix next time of my training in the midst of going through it, and you see what happens. Congratulations, I appreciate you, thank you. Appreciate y'all. She's beautiful, thank you. How many hours do you train a day? How many times did it take you to endure pain while training? Enduring pain was always been my thing. If you go back to the early pages of when they used to call me Soul, S-O-U-L. If you ever go and YouTube that, I had the small dreads. My pain tolerance was the thing that was motivating me and the people that was around me. So I always knew that pain, no more in pain I endure, the stronger I get. That used to be my saying all the time. And now, as I created my own page, I started really implementing on that same subject is pain for the glory and all that chicken. And just implementing more stuff about me rather than, obviously it was a team situation, but sometimes dealing with a team, you have to deal with everybody's energy. So now I've learned to just indulge in my own energy and see if people rock with it. And if they don't, cool. It's not for everybody. But for the ones that watching and showing love and like to watch what I do, I love y'all. Show me love, I'll show y'all love. Let's get it. I'm gonna really start giving out some merch too, because I want y'all to really be rocking this shit while y'all training. How many hours in there? Legs. How many times a week? I do 2 times a week. I don't go too crazy with it. 2 times a week is good for me. Congratulations, Zayd. Appreciate you. Best blessings ever. Congrats. Appreciate you. Do you smoke and drink alcohol? I smoke a weed here to time if I feel like it, but never consistently. I have a drink every once in a while. Nothing consistently. And if I do have a drink, it'd probably be like 1 or 2 shots. Nothing heavy. Good morning, Supreme. Just logged in. I have a question. How do you push through the pain, excess joint pain, and when you're trying to progressive overload? How you push through the pain is just holding it there, telling your mind you got more. You'll be surprised how much your brain put in reserve of energy that you would possibly have if you learn to just hold it a little bit longer. Progressive overload happens, but you have to learn to tell yourself, I got more. Keep on pushing it and make sure that that form is correct. Because people just pushing it, they form to be all over and they pushing through one side of their body. Make sure you progress, in a way that you can still stay safe. Even if you got that last rep, if you hold it at the end, that's gonna make you push to get more next time, all right? So just learning how to do the isometric at the end of each set, it could push your body to the next level. Congratulations, appreciate you, Sussy Mantra. It's all mental, bro. You gotta have the fight and drive in you. Definitely, you gotta push yourself. You gotta tell yourself, I want more, I wanna do more, I wanna push for more, and you'll see how the body responds to that. Do I still train with Matrix? Matrix is my guy. That guy inspired me at one point to and still to this day, he's the one of those guys that showed me the game. He's the guy that showed me, he's the one of the guys that started bartenders. He showed me that what he did on the bar made me tell myself I got to jump on the bar more because he was a different type of athlete. Love that dude. That's my brother forever. Is it joint pain that don't overdo it? Body's having a limitation. Joint pain sometimes usually is just you continuously extending the elbow and really putting a lot of pressure on the tendon rather than the muscle. So just try to your best not to fully extend the arm, and you'll start to see a little bit of progress with that. And then try to take some fish oil, some fats, and try to get some salmon in your diet. You'll probably start to see a little bit of process with it. And then, wrap the elbow as you're doing those movements. That can help as well. Sometimes every once in a while, I start to get, elbow pain. But I've learned to, wrap it every once in a while and then taking my fish oil pill every other day, it start to help. And then after a while, I don't need it at all. How can I help? If you got wrist pain, you might have to give yourself a healing time, Just keep on working on the wrist pain. Now, if it's been some time, just continue to take your vitamins and slowly build up the, endurance of using your wrists. Get some wrist braces. Build it up, make sure you're taking the vitamins you need, wrist joint pills, and it really helps. Keep on making motivational videos. I'm gonna try my best, keep it growing, I appreciate you. What do you consider motivating so I can understand what you're talking about? Because motivating could be just exercise, me talking, depends on what you're looking for. What do you do for work? I train people for work. And I do other things outside of that. I make programs, I set up fitness, diet plans, and I got some other ventures that I work on, but I don't really talk about it until I get really more in depth with it. I found a YouTube channel that posted 8 years ago with you in it called That's Good Money. Yeah, I think he posted to me a long time ago. I had a page of my own, but I didn't really take it I didn't take it seriously because I didn't think it was as big as it is now. So I'm glad I started at least now rather than not, because a lot of the secrets that I feel like I have and a lot of knowledge that I have for this help me to build other people up and motivate people to keep on doing it. A lot of people love your motivation music, background music. Oh, a lot of it is from one of my boys, Shooter93. You should check him out on YouTube. Buy his music, bro. Show support for his joint too, because he be putting in some pain in his music, definitely. But I definitely want to start making my own music, because I love putting information out there, and the best way to do it is the way, create your own style and lane for it. I need help on not giving up. You got to push for it, bro. You got to create a space in your mind to tell yourself that I want more. That's the best way to do it. I can't been a beast since high school. All facts. I've been like this since a kid. a teenager, and just told myself, but just being who you are. That's all I've been. I've been exactly who I was since I was a kid. But I just told myself, enhance it and tell myself, keep on going. You got more to show, got more to grow, and keep on fighting. Good morning, brother. How many days? Do you like Turkish people? I love people who love me, so it is what it is. If y'all rock with me, I'll rock with you. You don't rock with me, I'll rock with you. That's how I move. I'm the friend to the people who are friends with me. You keep it cool, we cool. That's it. Definitely. Enduring pain. That's the best way. In anything in life is about enduring the pain. Going through a little bit of sacrifice. The more you do it, the more you see out of it. I'm telling you. That's in all factors of life. Anybody tell you otherwise is lies. Anything that comes easy, I don't want it. That means there's no growth in it. Are you bulking? No, I'm pretty much cruising right now. I can't really say I'm broken. My grandmother said for the glory. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Do I ever plateau? Plateau? I don't think so, because I honestly know when my body's at a certain state, so I can always tell myself to do a little bit more. So at this moment, I'm not monitoring every movement, so I'm just flowing with it, making sure that I just keep a consistency of just pushing my body. As I get a little bit more into the colder weather, I'm gonna start telling myself to do a little bit more and really start to progress myself a little bit more. Baby push-ups work, man. Anything as far as movement is gonna help you to be better. So just continuously whatever you wanna do. And always changing up the tempo, because all the way extended, I used to think it's only the best way. But you could get a lot of repetition in with the short push-ups. So don't be, oh, I don't want to do it because I don't think it's real push-ups. All of it works, it's different tempos, different workout sets that can really build up your chest, build up your physique. So don't just turn away something because you think it's not good or it's not the standard, or one of these athletes tell you that's not how it's supposed to be done. Half reps work as well. It's a tempo for everything that depends on what you're looking for. Some people, I used to just say, oh, if it's all the way out, it's not. It needs to be. You need to be continuously doing only extended out. No, half reps work. Mid reps help. Fully extended help. They all a progress. They all a process. They all take some type of training towards it. So continue to do what you do. Continue to push yourself. Make sure y'all show some love, man. Give me some likes, man. I need these likes. Show me the love. I appreciate it, man. I'm glad you learned a lot from it. I'm getting bloated and lose appetite every time I exercise. What do? Push yourself more. And you might even have like a digestive problem. So making sure that you take some digestive pills can help build up a little bit more tolerance where your body start to really break down food a little bit better. I'm so glad I no longer live up north. Gosh, the cold weather and winters got my nerves. Yeah, this cold weather definitely different, but what we're gonna do? We ain't gonna cry, we ain't gonna make no excuses. Cause if I could, I have sunny days all the time. But that's soon to come, because I'm about to definitely leave up north, because they really wasting my time. What are the challenges? It's the cold, it's people love content with your shirt off and, talking like this, But outside of that, it's really, I've worked out in winter my whole existence. So I don't know, I've been doing that since I was a kid. I make it happen though, so I don't really make no excuses behind it. You always watch when you're going through tough times. You gotta watch it even when you're feeling good, bad, and indifferent. You have to learn to create your emotions and make yourself strive in that emotion. Don't allow yourself to stay in the depths of being sad all the time. You gotta make sure that you keep your head up. Like Pac said, keep your head up at all times. You gotta be the soldier of your family. You gotta be the warrior of your family. I'm not saying that you don't break down sometimes, but you gotta make sure that you try yourself and really keeping yourself, in a space of I got to do this for me. I got to do this for my family. I got to stay strong. I know that's a lot to stay on your back, but if not you, who else is going to do it? You got to be the backbone for your family. You got to be the stronghold for your family. You got to be the one that's going to do more for them. That's the only way that your family going to really see the light sometimes is through you. So make sure that you continue to do that. I'm fasting right now. I mean, I'm not a big fan of it. You know, if you can, it depends on your body type. I'm trying to test out this fact of people telling me, oh, I'm a train as hard as I possibly can with an empty stomach. I was never for that. But now, rather than say I don't like it, I'm gonna test it out for myself and see how it benefits me. And if I like it, I'm gonna implement it for y'all because I've never been a fan of it. I've done a study of it, I've learned about it, but for me personally, it never really worked for me. I always needed some kind of substance before I even trained to see how my body would work with it. And now all the time it worked well. You know, I felt nauseous, I threw up. And it's not, oh, I feel good, you know, you gotta push through the pain. No, my body rejected it. So I've learned it didn't work for me. But as I'm older now, let's see what happens. I'm gonna test it out one more time. And if it works for me, and I'm gonna try it, and I'm gonna implement it for y'all. Because some people need to eat less. Some people need to eat more. So depending on your body goals, it'll transfer over to whatever makes sense for you. Get mass, you gotta eat. Eat, train heavy. And when I say heavy, you can do heavy calisthenics or you can do heavy weight training. But make sure you're proper form in everything that you do. Where do I live? I live in New York, but right now I'm in New Orleans. Definitely come. If y'all have any any ballparks out here, make sure y'all hit me up. I want to make sure I come through. I want to fight for the thing. G House, let's go. G House. It's my old high school. Let's get it. Is it possible to get abs and bulk at the same time? Yes, it is possible, but depends on what you're eating. Don't eat trash and say I'm bulking. Eat constant food with good nutrition in it. You can build muscle and still keep your abs. Well, it's not going to be as defined. You still will have it. It still should be showing as you're in the midst of bulking. What's a clean way to eat for lean billing? I guess it's like bulking. Check out my meal plan on Akeem Supreme on IG, and I can make some plans for you, and we'll work out something. If I work out without eating as much, if you do eat a lot of fasted workouts and you're not eating, you're gonna get leaner. There's no way around it. Your body has to go into a deficit, so your body will get leaner. But making sure that you keep up with high repetition and continuously pushing yourself. You gotta be moving and you're in the midst of doing that. You gotta be doing the tempo. You gotta make sure that you're switching it up. I watch you always all the time. I'm glad. Yeah. Appreciate you, Sussy. Appreciate you. When you train in the wintertime, I'm always going to train, man. This is a part of my lifestyle. This is what I do. This is what I love. And I love to inspire people to continue to push their bodies to the limits. Because not only for the body, it's the mental part. If you could be able to push yourself mentally in this area, in this portion in your life, you could push yourself in anything. This is what you do. This is what you inspire other people to do. This is where the growth come from. If I could mentally get through this pain, what could this world ever do for me? Nothing. It could never push anything here. So I've learned continuously keeping that pace, keep on pushing my body, and that's going to get me in a better space for my whole life. All right. High intensity depends on what you do. I don't really do. I feel like the calisthenics portion is high intensity, especially when we're doing high repetition numbers. But everything has a space and a place for anything as far as your training. You just got to keep on doing it. Are you natural? I am natural. I've gotten that since my whole life. Oh, you're not natural. You can believe what you want to believe. If you don't believe it, cool. I'm really not mad about it. I've gotten that since I was 15 years old. If you see my brother, he looks just like me. And he works out every once in a while when he feels like it. So his genetics as well is great. I have great genetics, but I still work out and put in a lot of pain as well. I'm in Georgia, probably going in to find me. Oh, I gotta check out Mississippi then. I got family in Georgia as well. You have any tips on consistency? And just telling myself one more day I could do it. You know, continuously telling myself, you know, stick to the plan. If I could go to work for somebody, I could go work for myself. Staying consistent on that plan. Now, you may slip up. Don't throw away everything that you learned just because you slipped up. In the beginning of learning how to do this, you continue to keep on pushing yourself, keep on learning, and keep on giving yourself the space to train and try new things. It's okay. But telling myself one more day, one more training session, 1 more hour, 5 more minutes, that's the best way to get yourself into that motivation to keep on going. My inspiration is counting calories necessary. I don't count calories, but I do make sure I measure what's going into my body so I know what's properly going in so I can obtain the look that I'm looking for. If I'm looking to bulk, I'm going to make sure that I measure every food that I have continuously, consistently, and I'll see the best results. Now, if I'm not looking for that and I'm just maintaining and just keeping up with just training and really just making sure that I'm pushing myself and fighting through it, then that's something totally different. This is beautiful land, especially for the food growing. It's slow though, very slow paced lifestyle, but you will love country life. I mean, I'm a person who just, all I need is a certain amount of space, consistency with my training, and I don't really care for the big noise. I've lived in New York my whole life. I know what big noise is all about. The only bad thing about New York, well, it's a couple bad things about New York, but some of the things that's really challenging is more so about having time alone. There's no space in New York as far as being alone. There's no space where you can have 10 minutes to yourself alone. Those are the challenges of living in New York. It's always somebody outside. There's always somebody in your space. It's always a little bit of homeless people here and there, you know? But everybody's there to strive and do something. So it is what it is, but that's the only problem where I feel like most of the issues are happening in New York is because there's so much people in one space and everybody's just trying to have their own thing going, you know? I do 1,000 jumping jacks and 200 push-ups, 100 squats every other day. Thoughts? Continue your work. I mean, I'm not a real fan of jumping jacks. I'd rather, do other exercises, but if that works for you, keep on going. Battle talk. Keep fighting through what you're doing. If you feel you're good and your bodies and your joints is working for you, go for it. You're inspiring. All my children love to watch you. Keep motivating and pushing positive energy. Let's go, bro. Hulk King. Hulk Hall. Appreciate you, man. Show the love. Say hi, brother. I'm sorry. I used to eat sardines a lot. Haven't had it in a while, but I used to have sardines. That was a great way to get me the protein as well. I used to have sardines, and then I mix it with egg whites, and then I would cook it just like that, and I would really put on a lot of gains with that as well. You could do it with fish. I just hate when people tell me it's tough. I don't eat too much. I mean, if you want to eat, you got to put in the nutrition. What age did you start working out at? I would say like 15, 16. But I always did sports, so I always did some kind of training. And then I really started locking in on just calisthenics and trying to do a little bit of pushing and really, I didn't bench press or anything like that. I had a dumbbell in my house. I would just curl it all the time. And some dips on the bathroom. Right before you step into the shower, I had that little landscape and did some push-ups and some dips. I used to be in Cali all the time, man. I was in Cali in Long Beach for like 9 months. But I'm definitely gonna come back out there, man. There's love out there. I love that weather out there. I love the people who lived in the city, not the ones that sometimes migrate from another city there, because a lot of them is weirdos and they don't like to be told who they really are. That's one thing about New York. We're gonna tell you what it really is in front of you, in your face in real time. I don't really like those people that fake shit. That shit is weird. Be who you are. I don't care what it is. If you're a weirdo, be that weirdo. Just don't be around me. I'm cool with that. As 184 pounds, too heavy for being able to do a muscle up? Nope, because I'm 225 and I muscle up. And I've trained guys who's 240, 250 that do muscle up. So that's a myth on what your weight is. I've seen a guy who was 300 pounds do one muscle up. So look up your boy D300. When I seen that, I don't have no excuses for nobody. Everybody can get it. Sardines, white rice, and cabbage. That's a meal. I definitely with that. That's a definite island dish. My morning meal is usually eggs. I normally do it with cream of rice. I love that. That's one of my go-tos. Do I take pre-workout? Nah. If I do take any pre-workout, I have to be completely dead, or I just didn't get sleep that day, or enough sleep. I would take pre-workout. So I really don't take anything with caffeine in it as much as I possibly can, unless I'm really didn't have enough sleep, and that's rare. I really try to get at least 5 to 6 hours of sleep. Check out the working of the roots. I'll definitely try to remember to write that, to read that. Working the roots. All right. Hold on. Yeah, Gompers was lit when we was out there, man. I love that. And everybody that came from there was pretty cool, man. Especially leaving the school and seeing all those guys, progressing all the lifestyle that they choose for themselves. Let's get it, man. Let's keep on pushing the culture of winning. Everybody, I want winning. Everybody's down for me. I want you to win. Definitely gonna come back to Cali. If I do, man, make sure you pop out. You gotta show me where the bars is at. I remember I only found like 2 bars while I was out there. Dark and Bone. Definitely. Check me out. I'll definitely hit you. I'll make sure I post it if I'm out there. I want y'all to show me where the bars is at when I'm in Cali. Do you start working in the gym or the street workouts? I started working out on the street, and then it just inspired me because I didn't know you could get really paid for working in the gym. So I didn't really think that was a culture of real people. The people I've seen, and when I first started out, there was no Planet Fitnesses in New York. There were no gyms that were really making it, unless you went downtown to where the white people were. So that's where the money was. Everybody that had gyms, it was mostly downtown, and they were like a little expensive at that time. So I didn't really check for those. It wasn't in my mental of going to a gym. I really was just outside doing pull-ups and push-ups and playing basketball at most. But then I really started falling more in love with the calisthenics, especially when I met Matrix. He showed me the way about calisthenics, and I just took off. That mental of being stronger every day. I would be out into the parks into the nighttime, just trying to do more and doing better and just continuously pushing my body. It gave me a momentum for years to come, to continue to love this shit, continue to grow, and just be strong as hell. I want to make sure when I come through with shirt on, shirt off, jacket on, I look amazing. I started maybe, I don't even know when it was young. I was middle school. Middle school was probably the start of it. And I was doing it every day. Like, I loved that shit. And then I would try to do push-ups for a whole song. So at that time, my album that I used to be 50 Cent. Yeah, get more money, yeah. And I would do it for that whole song. I would try to push up as more and as much as I possibly can until the song was over. And that challenged my body completely. What's your skincare routine? I'm trying to get like you. Yo, soap and water, and that's it. Yo, I put on lotion every once in a while when I'm dry. I don't even go crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you. Keep this regular. What's your training split like? How do you separate your workouts through the week? How do I separate them? It changes, but as of now, I think I do bicep, tricep. So all my pushes go with another bigger muscle group. So I normally do it. So if I'm doing push, I'm doing chest and tricep. If it's back, biceps and back. And then I do a leg day. Leg days usually I do hamstrings and then I hit triceps again. Or I do it with the shoulder movement. Or then the next time I do legs, I do quads. And then I do a little bicep and then another shoulder movement. I want my shoulders to be the peak of my physique. It really expands how your body looks. For the pain, let's go. Appreciate it. Make sure y'all hit the like button, man. Don't hold off, man. Show the love. If I got 100 people watching, I need that likes up. Come on. Oh yeah, you like the watermelon, pineapple, kiwis, coconut water. All right, do your thing with that. How many days of the week are you working out? I try to do 5 to 6. Depends on how I feel. If the week is good and I worked out hard, 5 is great. Blend it up. I got you from the Bronx. Let's go. I want to see you in Ripper do a talking. Also, I don't know who the Ripper is. What do you think the performance enhancing drugs used in calisthenics seems like? I don't know anybody's performance enhancing situation. I don't think it is at all. I think some people like you are normally just saying that it's not possible, so you think that everybody's on some performance enhancing drugs. I think they're training hard, eating the food that works for their body. Stop putting that, oh, he has to be on drugs because you're weak. Just take up accountability for yourself. I'm not worried about anybody taking anything because it has no concern with me. Let's learn to do what works for you, and what works for others, that works for them. That's it. I'm not really caring about what anybody's taking. You're too concerned about other people. Concern yourself with yourself. You'll be in a better space. This is why definitely, man. I'm here to push you to be better, but I just hate when people don't take the credit and understand that people put sacrifice into this. You know, I don't know what everybody else is doing, and I'm not concerned. I'm only working on what's works best for me, and what worked with me, I'm trying to give y'all the knowledge on it, you know? That's dope, Ray. And you could hit calisthenics and you can hit weights. There's no, just make sure you're doing it correctly. Yo, good form will really change your life. Calisthenics and weight training is great, but if you want to do one, do that. And be proud of it. But there's more than one way to get in shape. So don't just think it's just one way of doing it. Keep it going, man. Now, the glory is to God, man. Oh, yeah, somebody over there definitely. She going hard in the paint. But that's good. Whatever is your passion, continue to do it. If it's on a treadmill or whatever it is, you got to keep it going. I remember at one point you said that you were 240. Did you drop weight on purpose to maintain the workout you do? In the midst of training as hard as I do, it's hard for me to, at that point of me being 240, I had to eat 6 to 7 meals a day. So let's get that straight. Now, for me to maintain in 240 at the rate of how I was moving, I wasn't possibly going to keep that size. It's impossible. I would have to increase my meals. And I wasn't trying to get to 10, 11, 12 meals a day. It was damn near too much. The food consistency was way too much. So in the midst of me being 240 and be able to do all the training that I was showing you guys, I'm going to cut. There's no way I was going to go 10, 11, 12 meals, still maintain having a life, job, and having other responsibilities. No, I'm not. 240 was really tough for me to stay and maintain. So definitely I had to drop. I didn't have to, but my goal is to get back up there. But it requires me to do less movement so I can keep that weight. So it will be no long, extensive workouts. It'll be short, condensed workouts, again, hitting the muscles that I want to hit and getting up out of there. Some of the workouts would be sometimes 45 minutes to maintain 240. I couldn't do a long workout at all if I want to stay at 240. Lord Vital, have you ever worked with him? Lord Vital, definitely, a big homie. He's one of those dudes that give out knowledge as well. Even to this day, if I was to hit him up on the phone, he's gonna give you knowledge. So Lord Vital is one of those legends. Definitely, you gotta salute. I don't know if anybody really know who he is, but he was one of those guys. One of those legends that show you growth and show you it with him doing it rather than just telling you to do it. You know, it's a different type of animal. Bro, you're my goal. Definitely strips definitely training. You got to make sure that you stretch. That's a good thing to do before you work out. You got to relax. Who I learned. How do you learn how to fight? You put your hands up, right? And maintain keeping your hands here, right? And as you throw it, bring it right back, all right? So you don't get hit. And if you do get hit, endure it, all right? I can't really break down how to fight in one segment or one conversation. It's a whole scheme of things, and learning different ways to fight as well. How tall am I? I'm 6'3". A good Cali routine is push-up, pull-up, dips. Start with 10, 10, 10, and you'll get in a good shape. How tall are you? I'm 6'3". I've been training for years. Oh, I think I seen him. I linked up with him one time. When I went to Cali. Black dude. I think that's him. We had conversations. I think I know him. I've been out to Miami and I've seen him as well. I don't think, cause they wasn't in Cali. I think they went to Miami or something like that and they was talking. I was out there in Cali a couple times. I just didn't do a video with him, but we linked up one time. Will I ever win Olympia? I don't know. That's not my goal as of now. So, I mean, you got to understand the competition that's in building up to be in Olympia. I have to change my whole regimen. Just calisthenics ain't going to do it to get on that big stage. You got to do a lot of discipline of posing, training, eating, and a whole lifestyle of understanding you're dedicated to just that. I have other goals in mind before I go and think of just that. I am natural, but I've gotten that my whole life. I look, most people ain't naturally look like that. So I mean, I really don't go back and forth with people with questions like that. It is what it is. If you believe me, you believe me. If you don't, live your life. I don't care. Okay, I came. I have a question for you. Muscle up. No, not necessarily. You don't have to lift up weight yet to do a muscle up. That's a different kind of component. You can't avoid it. You just gotta work your way back to what you've been doing, KTG. You just gotta keep on going, keep on doing what you've been doing. You gotta get back into a routine of it. It's not a tough, but it's challenging. Telling yourself no to certain things. So keep up with your fight. Have you ever visited Chicago? I went to Chicago a couple times, and I have a couple people out there as well. But I like Chicago in the summertime. Y'all winter is brutal though. I can't do the winter. Definitely. The YouTubers is cool right now, but it was a different breed of element of training during those times of when everybody wasn't on YouTube, when people were just getting the money and then record nothing. 6'3", what's your favorite meal date? What's your favorite cheat meal? Hot wings. Joaquin, I can't. The lower body fat, you got to get a stricter diet, or you got to do a certain routines, or you probably have to start wearing a waist trainer to start tightening up those areas and really start to drain that water that's probably in that lower pocket of the abdomen. Depends on your goals. If you're endurance workouts, you can go as far as you want. But for me, and I want to maintain a look, I have to stay in that pocket of 45 minutes to an hour so I can make sure I maintain looking solid and really looking compact. If I go too far out of that, I start looking stringy, start losing a lot of weight. Have I ever experimented with diabetes type 2 women? No, I haven't. Have you ever visited Chicago? Yeah, I visited. Can you build muscle only by doing compound movements or free? You can build muscle that way. It's easily put done, but you just got to make sure your calorie intake is up. Any recommended books? The Alchemist changed my life. I love that book. Muhammad Ali. I wouldn't say Muhammad Ali. Malcolm X autobiography, one of my favorite books as well. Changed my life as well. When I got shot in my leg and next. You bug it out. You said I got shot in my leg. Can you work out? Can you work out and show it? I don't know what that means. Do you ever go without carbs? I'm off carbs right now. As you can see, my maintenance of my physique right now. I didn't have a diet. I didn't eat anything right now. So this is how I look without a meal. Yeah, I've peeped that too, Dark and Bone. Definitely keep up with the lies, and a lot of them be using my slang and my slango, all of it. I mean, for the pain, for the glory, all that chicken, all that shit is me, man. For your mother, all of that. There's a lot of sayings I make up, even as I naturally go through them, and you will hear people saying them. But I once was told too, as well, is they're gonna love it. They're gonna love to do it. They see people that inspire them. They're gonna show it to the world, because a lot of them, they ain't gonna keep it real and tell you I got it from him. They're gonna just say it as if But I'm okay with it. When you see real, you're gonna know it real. You're gonna see when I'm in person with these type of people, it's gonna be a different energy. So I'm okay with it. You cool with Master Shredder? I don't really know him, so I can't really say anything about him. Never met him as well. So if you're a black man, let's keep going. Show us how many you can live. Show us how much you can live. And what movement? How long you've been training? 17, 16 plus years? That might be a hormone thing if you have man boobs. Try something else. Do it for the pain, and that's exactly how you're supposed to. Do you get, oh yeah, I get extremely flat. If you can see me right now, this is flat. Without carbs, I'm more like this. I'm more filled out. But, there's segments in your life, you gotta just take it. It is what it is. When I don't eat carbs, this is what happens. I get flat. This is considered flat for me. But I don't have a pump either, so it is what it is. So it happens. What's your favorite calisthenic move / skill? I think I would say push-ups, because you can do it anywhere. You think you should do abs every day to stay disciplined? You can do abs every day. I don't. But it's a good regimen to keep you stay disciplined. Yes, keep on doing that if that works for you. Akeem, good morning, brother. It's Nunu, man. What's good, Nunu? How you feeling? Nunu, what's good, brother? I love you, man. Keep going, brother. And appreciate the positive energy. Thoughts on creatine? I don't take it, and if you don't drink enough water, don't either. I'm not a fan of it, because it just makes you retain a lot of water, and people think that means gains. It's not. Just make sure you drink a lot of water if you're taking creatine for the pain. If you want to gain more weight, you got to eat. No simple way of saying it. How do you do it? Crunches, if you want to build up abs without weights. Do you take creatine? No, I do not. Primal movements? Do we need primal movements? Yes, I play around with them. And I show clients as well. Are you into men's physique? I've competed. I am into men's physique. These are my men's physique shorts. I won Chicago with these. Hell no. Stay away from soy. That's the worst thing you could do for your body. Favorite pre-workout. A cup of coffee. How do you push up? How many push-ups I could do in one set? I mean, I haven't done it in a while, but the last time I've tried, I think it was like 150, 200. What do you eat on the weekend? And also, what time you wake up every day? I wake up at 4 every day most of the time, but when I'm on vacation, I'm in New Orleans right now, so I'm chilling. How many meals a day, big bro, would you recommend? Depends on your goal. Favorite rapper? Right now, well, favorite of all time is definitely Styles P. As of now, though, I think his name is Stove God. That dude, and my man, Shooter 93. He got some shit. Do I count calories? No, I weigh my food. Do you do weed? No, but I've tried it a couple of times. How much hours do you sleep in 24 hours? 5 to 6, sometimes 7 if I could have it. A newborn is great. Appreciate you asking. What do you recommend if you want to build delts, but you have rotator cuff issues? Slow motions and, trying what motion don't hurt as well. Going on machines and holding isometrics. So if it's a shoulder injury, try to build it up. Yeah, Style P is different, underrated. Shout out to the Ghost. Definitely. What Gangsta and Gentleman album did for me as a kid, man, changed the game for me. So, like, he forever going to be in that top 5 for me as a GOAT. Do you need to count calories and weigh your food? Yes, you do if you want to maintain building up size. You can't just randomly eat just anything and think that your body's just going to take the weight in. No, you have to continuously measure and make sure you're consistent. I used to walk around with a measuring scale so I can have everything that I have in my body measured. It's definitely glory. You're definitely going to build up. I'm not a fan of keto unless you're like, heavyweight or you're somebody who carries a lot of fat. I wouldn't do it. I'm naturally lean, so it's easy for me to stay lean. I'm not a person that's going to ever go on a keto diet. That's insane for me. Do you need to count calories to eat up? How do you get your meals in on vacation? I normally do Airbnb, but I'm in a hotel, so I just make sure that I maintain just eating at least 5 to 6 meals. I can't count it here. It's a little bit tougher while I'm on vacation, but I have to buy it as of now because I'm in a hotel that don't have a stove. But normally if I'm on my own and I'm not with my family, I will have a stove. I will get an Airbnb, make sure I cook all my meals because I don't really trust all the food out here, but that's what happens when you're on vacation. You do what you can and make sure you train and you do better when you get home. I listened to a little bit of Nas, didn't listen to AZ. What about Prophecy Workout? I don't know where that man is at, man. I seen him maybe one time in the city. Yo, love, man. Appreciate you sending that out. I don't know, who's that? SM Martin, I appreciate you, brother. That's love. Thank you for the, I won't do keto. Yeah. Once again, appreciate you, SMN Martin. That's love, man. Can you do a workout right now? Can I follow along? Do you ever feel imbalanced when you train? Yeah, we all feel imbalanced. There's always something to work on. I always tell myself, work on biceps, because it's something I hate doing. Bicep training is always tough for me. So I'll tell myself, do that, more tricep as well. And because I'm a longer frame, it looks different on my physique. Calisthenics, you just gotta pace yourself. You might be tiring yourself out if it's 10 minutes. Do I have a consistent eating habit? Yes, I do. Can you planche? Yes, I can. Haven't been for a while though. I gotta get back to it. Maybe a couple seconds now. Appreciate you. Martin, that's appreciated. Hello, I'm training with weights. If you're training with weights, you just basically you're not doing, you're not eating properly or you're not engaging properly. One of the two. Because a lot of times if you're just moving, you're not going to really gain anything. You're just going to be, you know, doing some other shit. I don't know. You might just be moving. You got to really make sure you maintain keeping tight and keeping your arms engaged. Yo, what up, Scott? We got to have a talk. We got to talk, Scott. Should you just drink water with your meals, or can you drink different type of juices? You can drink water or you can drink juices as well. Just making sure that it has less sugar than anything else, and you should be in a good space. All right? Do you know Indo Chan? I've met him a couple of times. I don't know if to say I know him, but I've met him a couple of times. Cool dude, really down to earth. One of those guys that I think was legit. Love this shit and really about the game. So I fuck with Indo. Heavy. He's cool. Especially in person, because some people sometimes weird in person. He's one of those guys who are authentic. Shout out to Jersey, yeah. Try to get some pull-ups in if you're doing a lot, JT. How many hours of sleep do you do average? 6 to 7, sometimes 5. How do you ever take a full day of training? Yes, I've done that. I take 2 days off full training of nothing. Have you and Bohemian Body thoughts on doing time? If she was ready, because Bohemian Body sometimes she's in her own space sometimes. So and then time scheduling sometimes is to get that in. We used to when we didn't have a baby, so it was a little bit tough. But thank you for asking. Lioness Proud. A little something for the vacation. Yo, that's love, bro. Oh, so it's Slim. All right. Appreciate you, Slim Martin. I appreciate you, though. Real talk. That's love. JB, what up? Do you drink? I have a shot here and there, but nothing too crazy. I maintain my body. I love how my body feels without anything in it, as far as those type of substance. So I do more water than anything. Do you have? Oh, they have merchandise for sale. Yes, I have merch. Just hit me on my DM and ID. I got sweaters still coming in. I still got shirts. Depends on what size you're looking for. I got it all. Starting to make some socks happen. Trying to get these belts going through. We're gonna have some shit going. I'm having cologne. Gotta have for the pain cologne. You know, you gotta make sure you smell good while you work out. It's gonna be different. You hear me? They don't think like I think. You hear me? I want you to smell good, look good while you're working out. That's it. I got these, you know, for the pain oils coming out. It's gonna be crazy. It should smell good. Smell amazing. Your mother will love it. I'm telling you. Is there such thing as too much water? If you're going over a gallon and you're not doing nothing, that might be tough on your system. Just make sure you just stay on that gallon, and I think you should be fine. If you're active and moving a lot and you're sweating a lot, you can have a little bit more. I love both calisthenics and weight training, but I love the fact that calisthenics can be done anywhere at all, and push-ups can be done anywhere. There's no excuses not to do it. Do you do semen retention prior to your child? Yes, and I do it now. There's stages in every part of your life. I do it now. I've done it beforehand, and then that situation, you know, all the calls for different times and different arrangements. It's not just one way. Are you a fan of UFC? I've watched it. Not really a fan. I love boxing. Boxing is my thing. I like to watch boxing more than anything. Or I like to have, I've been playing around watching this the bare hand boxing. They be out there fighting with their bare hands. I think that's different. Definitely, for the pain hoodies, definitely hit me. But I appreciate you guys. I gotta get into this training. That bare knuckle fighting is crazy. I'm about to go get some of this training. They say you look like Kobe, man. That's mad funny. Fasting is good. Definitely for somebody who's 300 pounds that's trying to lose, definitely intermittent fasting works for them. But I still think it'll be extreme if somebody goes from eating a lot and then intermittent fasting. I think it's portioning it down and then seeing if that works for you, because everybody works. Push it. Pin it. What do you? Andrew Tate. I don't think I know who that is. You said when you come to LA, don't post your location. It's ugly out there. No, it's definitely nasty out there. But that's anywhere. I think you should never post your location. And even if you go live, you got to be careful of everything, because it's nasty work. Especially when you're from there. I mean, I know people there, but it's nasty out there. Motherfucker, see people rob them right on live. So you definitely got to be on some, keep your head on a swivel and keep on breathing and making sure you maintain where you at. Do I like donuts, sodas? And I do like donuts, plain donuts though, but I don't eat it often. How do you got? Who do you like, Canelo or Gigi? I'll go Canelo. Triple GG. Nah, I gotta watch that. That's mad funny. What's the name of those brothers wrestling bulls with their bare hands? That's funny. How long do I do semen retention? It depends. It depends on my goal. Like sometimes I've done the longest 9 months. As of now, I've done it for 2 months. So it depends. Everybody's different. Do you think creatine is cheating? No, I don't think it's cheating. It's a supplement like anything else. You could get creatine inside steak as well. So it depends on what you're looking for. And in beets. How many hours you train? An hour. Well, muscle, I'm gonna probably do a little bit of legs and some biceps a little bit more and get up out of here. But I love you guys. Train only, calisthenics. Howdy. Can you charge calisthenics only? Yes, you can. You just gotta build your brand and you will see that it's possible to do that. Do you think you're creatine? Nope. The protein carbs haven't built up. My favorite exercise is push-ups. Matter of fact, shoulders actually. I like shoulders more. Do you recommend organic meat? I think organic meat and not organic meat is a lie. I don't believe it's just always the color and how it looks sometimes to me. And the smell of it. I can tell sometimes if it's been just colored. But quality meat over everything else. What advice would you give your younger version of yourself if you could go back? Love fitness, do fitness, and everything that you want is going to come out of your gifts. That's what I would tell them. If you ever gain weight from one. Definitely increasing calories if you want to build on mass. Do you eat meat? Pause. Definitely eat some steak once in a while. Eat chicken, definitely. Just sending a blessing, King. Appreciate you. Is that Isaac? The Zach? Appreciate it. Just love going crazy. Appreciate you. Do you intimidate other men? Some men are intimidated, so they don't know what to say or they say some weird shit. That happens, but I'm not here to intimidate nobody, but it's happened. People tell me, "Oh, you look scary" or whatever like that. I'm not the norm walking down the street, but I'm not here to make nobody feel uncomfortable. But if you are, you got to deal with it. It is what it is. But that's not my goal to intimidate other men. It's more so this is what I've done with my physique and pretty good. If you ever have a conversation with me, you're always going to see a good vibe, good energy. That's who I am. I don't really worry about what others are doing around me. Favorite Justin Bieber song? Nothing. I don't like nothing that's coming out of that man's mouth. But to each his own. Enjoy what he do. If he's getting to this bag, get to it. But I don't listen to his music. We ain't got nothing in common. How old are you? I'm 34 now. Body is insane. Appreciate you, brother. Nah, this is motivation. Your asset to the world is boss. Keep doing your thing. Appreciate y'all. Salute to all of y'all that showing love. I appreciate it. Keep going. I'm gonna hit this gym. I'm gonna talk to y'all later. Talk to y'all soon. Love. Thank you for everything that y'all watching. I appreciate it. Salute.